So I tested my body composition this morning and I definitely got fatter. Morning.
Are you vlogging now?
Hi, good morning. Alright, test my body fat.
Measuring your weight. Do not grab the handle or move. Weight measurement is completed.
Okay, so the first one that I did, or I guess original I should say, was done on February 5th, and I was 160 pounds. I had 82 pounds of muscle mass, skeletal muscle mass on me. My hair's all messed up. And then I was 10.5% body fat. I was still really lean. So that was February 5th. Testing this morning, March 21st, at a body weight of 161.4. So originally it was 160.1, now it's 161.4. So not much difference on the scale. However, body composition has changed. So I actually lost some muscle. Originally I had 82 pounds of skeletal muscle mass. I'm down to 80.7, and I completely accredit that to the past 2.5 weeks of me being very inconsistent in lifting and not eating enough protein. Like, I just haven't been hitting it. No excuses, I just haven't done it. Shit started happening and I just lost track. And then my body fat went up. So originally it was 10.5. It's now at 12.7. So gained about 2% body fat over the past 6 weeks. I knew it would happen. I mean, I knew I was going to gain some body fat. I was at such a surplus of calories, and then my training volume started to go down over the past couple weeks. So that's probably where I gained that last, maybe even full percent of body fat the past 3 weeks or so. So whatever, that's my baseline. So looking at like my basal metabolic rate, so February 5th, I was at 1775 for my BMR calories. Now, since I've lost muscle mass, I'm down to 1751. So that just goes to show, again, that making sure you hold on to your muscle is so important. Building muscle is so important when it comes to improving your metabolism, especially when you're trying to lose body fat and improve your overall body composition. Muscle is key. Maintain it, eat and lift to grow it. And then, yeah, so my lean body mass is down a couple pounds in general. So it's okay. I'm not too worried about it. I'll bounce back. I just need to find my rhythm again. So I just erased the entire goals board, and I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but a lot of the ways that I approach goal setting with my nutrition clients is to, one, we map out the outcome-based goal. So I want to lose 2% body fat, or I want to gain 4 pounds of muscle, whatever it is, the outcome, the end game. Then we kind of reverse engineer and figure out what are the habits that you need to do consistently to get to the outcome. So I like my nutrition clients to focus on the habit-based goals, the things that you can control day to day, week after week, that will lead you to the outcome-based goal. So for Elevate members, I'm gonna have you guys, I completely cleared the goals board, which had a bunch of outcome-based goals on them, right? I want to back squat 300 pounds. I want to get my first strict pull-up. I want to get my muscle ups down. Whatever it was, they're very outcome-based goals, which those are fun and exciting and important to have, but we need to then dissect that and figure out what we need to be doing day to day, what action do we need to be taking week after week to get to those goals. So instead of me putting, I want to lose 4% body fat, I'm going to put, I am going to hit my macros within 90% 5 days a week. That's going to be my goal. And I'm also going to commit to doing 4 CrossFit workouts a week. That's practical for me. I know I can do it. So instead of saying I need to get in shape and lose body fat, dissect it, figure out what are the action items that you can control. You cannot control whether you get in shape 6 weeks from now. You cannot control whether you lose that body fat 6 weeks from now. What you can control are your behaviors and your actions. So that's what we're gonna be doing. Elevate. You're gonna write down, Elevation Nation, action, behavior-based goals. Do it. So I put mine on there. Nicole, 321, that's the date. It's important to track and quantify that. CrossFit 4 times a week and hitting 90% of my macros. I'm going to commit to doing this for at least 4 weeks from today's date. If I do it, I get to check it off, and that will bring me closer and closer to my outcome-based goals. So I'm looking forward to seeing this board filled up with everybody's goals. See what you guys come up with. All right, I just finished my breakfast, and now I'm going to calculate my macros for me starting CrossFit again, and I want to lose some of this body fat that I gained. So now I'm going to calculate for a slight deficit from what my total daily energy expenditure should be or is currently. So I'm going to first figure out my calories, which you saw on the sheet. I have my BMR right now is 1751. So that is my BMR, basal metabolic rate. Again, that's minimum amount of calories necessary for me just to support like involuntary functions. That does not account for added activity, walking around, working, anything like that. So I need to find an activity multiplier. I'm going to stick with moderate activity level. So I'm going to multiply 17.51 times 1.5. So we'll see what that is. 1751 times 1.5. 2626. So technically that would be baseline for me. Okay. So I want to be at a slight deficit because I want to lose some of this body fat, and yeah, I'm going to feel better. So I'm going to subtract, I'm going to be a little more aggressive than normal. I'm going to subtract 350 calories from that. So 2626 minus 350 would be 2276. Okay, that'll give me my new calorie target, and this is going to be every day. I'm not going to cycle and do high calorie or higher calorie on days, low calorie. I'm just going to stick with the same amount of calories, same macros every day, regardless if I train or not. This is already counting me exercising 5 times a week. Now, if that changes, I will change my macros, but I'm going to stick to this for at least 5 weeks and see how this feels. I'll retest myself. I'll see what my body composition is doing. But even at that, I'm not just going to let that be the only like determining factor. Is how do I feel? Am I recovering from my workouts? Am I sleeping well? Do I have plenty of energy? If those things are off, then those will all be other indications of me having to change some of my macros. So 2276 will be my daily calorie goal. So let's break that down from a macro standpoint. Let's see. So I always feel better going higher protein, moderate carb, moderate fat. So I'm going to go for, I'm 161 pounds right now. So I want to go for, let's see, times 1.25. I'm going to go for about 185 grams of protein. And why I'm picking 185, I know that's a practical number for me to be able to hit. I easily hit around 150 every day anyway. So when I'm trying to get leaner, and I'm already pretty lean and really focused on maintaining my muscle mass, protein is going to be super, super important. So the leaner that you are and the leaner you want to continue to get, the higher amount of protein you need as far as percentage for your total calorie allotment. So I'm going to go with 185 grams of protein. And then I'm going to go for about 30% fats. So 2276 times 30% fat divided by 9. So it's about 75 grams of fat, and then the remaining calories will be left to carbohydrates. So let's figure out what that is. So 185 times 4, that's 740 calories. 75 times 9. I'm just figuring out the calories for each macro. So total calories to protein and total calories to fat. And then I'll subtract that from my daily calorie, and that'll leave me with carbohydrate calories. So 2276 daily calorie allotment minus 740 calories, that's going to protein, minus 675, it's going to fat. 861 remains, divide that by 4, and that's 215 grams of carbs. I've done 200 something grams of carbs before. I remember feeling really great around 180, around the same for my protein. So I'm going to scratch that and bump up my fats. I'm going to put myself at 185 grams of fat. 185 grams of carbohydrates, and then I'm going to leave the rest to fat. So those numbers will change. Let's see. So 185 carbs, and the remaining will go. So 740 plus 740 minus 22. 780. Awesome. 86 grams of fat. Way better. Okay. So 185 grams of protein, 185 grams of carbs, and 86 grams of fat. That will be my daily macro allotment over the next couple weeks. When things like this happen, a lot of times people just give up and they view that negative measure, right? Or that negative test result, whatever it is. Maybe you gained body fat, maybe you lost muscle, whatever it is, the result that you were looking for, you didn't achieve it. That's just as valuable as achieving it. In fact, you probably learn more from failures, more from things like gaining body fat or going the wrong direction than you actually do from achieving those things. So just, when you do screw up or you do feel like you're not going the right direction, you're not getting the right results you're looking for, just change your mindset and kind of use that as, okay, well, I know this is one way to weed out what doesn't work for me. So I know that when I went a lot higher carbohydrate, moderate protein, I mean, granted, I didn't keep up with my training volume, but I just didn't feel that great all the time. Like, I was super bloated. I've been much stronger in the past couple years than I currently am, with way less carbohydrates, not way less, but less carbohydrates, more protein, higher fat. I've felt better, I've been leaner, I've performed better, so I think I'm just gonna kind of get back to that. This was kind of an experiment, both with the training style and the eating, and it didn't go as well as I thought. I miss CrossFit a lot more than I thought I would. It makes me super happy, so I'm just gonna get back to doing that, but I'm not looking at it as a failed experiment. You know, it's all experimental. I think experiments, this is, you know, scientific method at work right now, right? You put things in place, you have control over these things, you put them to practice, you assess, see what works, see what doesn't, and then you move on and adjust and make changes. So I'm gonna make changes that will hopefully yield a different and better result, but I now know at least what doesn't work for me. At least that combination, it didn't give me the desired results, whether it wasn't practical for me to implement them or it just did not work out, which for me was a combination of the both. But I'm so excited to get back to CrossFit. I'm gonna head home right now, and it's really beautiful outside. I didn't get to work out at the gym, so I think I'll show you guys. Even though it's like the middle of the day, it's not first thing in the morning, I've had a couple meals, I've been drinking water all day, I'll just show you what I look like, basically in a bathing suit, like what 12.7 or whatever % body fat looks like on me right now. I'll be totally transparent, and I'll just keep showing you how my body hopefully will continue to change over the next couple weeks, couple months with CrossFit and changing my macros around a little bit. But I'll show you guys just what I look like right now. No crazy filters or anything like that, just what I look like, and then I'm gonna get a workout in outside because it's so beautiful. So I'll show you what I'll be doing today. I'm home now. I'm in just workout shorts and a sports bra. Like I promised, I'm gonna show you what I look like. Not gonna suck it in, no filters, anything like that. This is just what I look like at 12.7, almost 13% body fat and 161 pounds. I don't have as much muscle as I'm used to having, and I've been much leaner before, so whatever, it is what it is. I thought I'd just kind of show you guys what I look like, and as I progress over the next couple weeks, hopefully zoning in on my macros and getting more consistent with exercise. So that's what I look like front. Now the lighting's kind of bad, but that's what I look like front, side, back, side. So got a little more body fat or belly fat than I'm used to. Got some more back here. It's a nice one. So it's, you know, whatever. My body adapts pretty quickly as long as I'm consistent. That's kind of been like a benefit of my metabolism and body type, I guess, over the years, is I can put on muscle pretty quickly. I can lose fat pretty quickly, but I also gain and lose those things pretty quickly too. So it's just a matter of, you know, me just getting my shit together for a couple weeks. Time to work out. So I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna do today. I don't have a ton of time, so I'm gonna do a really quick kind of like barbell complex. It's not really complex, but it's super fast. It's all about the intensity. I don't know how heavy I can go today because I'm so sore from front squatting and everything yesterday. We did a ton of air squats. I'm just not used to that volume. But I actually got this from Jordan Syett. He's awesome. His Instagram handle is Syett Fitness, so you guys should follow him. He's really awesome, no BS kind of guy. Big advocate of women doing strength training. He's a power lifter. I think he's also like a black belt, stuff like that. So anyhow, really cool guy. He puts out really great workouts, minimalist stuff, like either a barbell or a kettlebell, a couple dumbbells. Very effective. So I'm gonna knock out, you just kind of go through the list. It's a chipper, I guess you can call it. And we have, so it's a front squat to a reverse lunge. And you have 8 each leg directly into 12 bent over rows. So it's 12 front squats, but each front squat is followed by a reverse lunge, okay? Or sorry, 8. front squat to reverse lunge times 8 each leg, and then 12 bent over rows. I rest 90 seconds. I then do front squat to reverse lunge, 6 each leg, 12 bent over rows again. Front squat to reverse lunge, 4 each leg, 12 bent over rows, rest 60 seconds, and then I finish with front squat, reverse lunge, times 2 each leg, and bent over row for a set of 12. So I'm gonna warm up with an empty barbell, spend some time in those positions, and get a kind of feel for the volume today, and then I'll get started.
Big homie better grow up. Me and my woodies about to stroll up. I see them boppers in the corner. They sneaking out the back door. He only want me when I'm not there. You better call Becky with the good hair. You better call Becky with the good hair. Middle fingers up, put her hands high. Put it in his face, tell him boy bye. Tell him boy bye. Middle fingers up, oh. You better call Becky with the good with the good Becky with the good. You better call Becky with the good Becky. You better call Becky with the good Becky. You better call Becky with the good Becky. Middle fingers up, Becky with the good Becky. Put her hands up, Becky with the good Becky. Tell him boy, tell him boy. You better call Becky with the
These are getting tough. That was my set of 4. So I have 60 seconds, then I'll do my last set. Really quick, not that bad. I'm probably gonna do a couple extra things after this since it was such a fast workout, but got the blood pumping. My legs are tired. I love that feeling. So I have about 10 seconds. Do my last set, and then I'm gonna do some other stuff outside of this this complex. All right, so I'm gonna knock out another circuit. I'm not necessarily going for like breathing heavy. I'm just going for quality of reps. Try to challenge myself with the movements. I'm gonna be doing a dumbbell chest press. I'll probably do somewhere between 8 and 10 reps. I'm gonna be doing like a wide leg dumbbell RDL with the same weight, 8 to 10 reps again. And then I'm gonna do some single leg glute bridges, actually hip thrusts off of the bench. So I'm just gonna cycle through those movements, 8 to 10 reps, 4 or 5 sets, just cycle through, take my time. Again, I'm not going for breathing heavy. I'm just going for making sure that I'm really feeling my hamstrings and the RDLs, glutes at the top, a lot of glutes in the hip thrust, and then just making sure I'm staying in complete control of those dumbbells when I'm doing the chest press. So I'm gonna knock some out now.